Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a look at week 3, day 2 of the LEC. Today was one of the worst days of League of Legends that I've ever seen. Like an accumulation of horrible games all packed into one. Truly something spectacular. I am still in pain, I guess, over the KC team at this game. But let's try to follow the tradition anyway. Let's take a look at the games. SK versus Fnatic. SK ban Orianna, Jarvan. Don't like the obsession with Jarvan too much in Europe. Nico, Talia, Ashe, Kalista. Here in such a spot, you have Karma or Vi Ahri as combinations that you can play for. Taking Vi away makes sense. Taking Varus away also makes sense considering Kalista and Ashe is out. Varus is the strongest lane AD. So here you go Zeri, Vi, because you don't want to give the enemy the stronger AD, and also Vi into your Zeri, and then you can pair Vi together with Karma or Ahri depending on your choice. Rel gets picked, Renekton gets picked, Rel jungle / support flex, and then the Renekton, one of the stronger blinds that often gets banned for 5. They pick Karma on 3. Karma Vi isn't the strongest combo. Karma Zinzao is something that is stronger, but it's perfectly fine. Karma has pushed, can secure the early game for Vi. It's not that big of a deal. Renata gets banned for 5. Varus Renata is one of the lanes that people like to blind. Maybe they don't want to play a super champ here like Lulu when they have Karma mid. And Vi, they want to have CC, so they remove Renata. When they remove Renata, they're signaling they're known to play Zeri Lulu, right? And that makes sense in my opinion with Vi. Karma don't want to have a fucking range super with these champs. Poppy gets picked on 4, Oscarine in Classic, but I do think it's fucking fake here. I think Poppy value against fucking Rel and Renekton is non-existent. It's like, you have a hard matchup, and I don't think it's quite the same as picking it into Kesante, or like picking it when enemy showing Kalista as an example. I think that picking Poppy here, Oscarine in Classic, they want some 80 damage, but I don't like it. I think the other tanks are just better in a spot like this, and I think that you can pick tanks that have more synergy with Vi. I think there's a room to explore. Like Vi Gragas is a combo for a reason, right? You Vi ult and then Gragas combo in, and then you CC. But Poppy and Vi, they don't have much synergy together, right? Rumble gets banned, Olaf gets banned, and Corki Maokai is the full 5. I think Corki sucks. I think this champion is useless. I think this champion is just a package merchant. I compare Corki with Malignance and the level of poke he does, like against the likes of Karma. And I think that Corki just never will have a point in a game where he's more useful, unless like package is powerful enough to just 1v9. Maokai gets locked in because he, against Vi, you can get away with it, strong early, and they send Rel support. Here in this spot, like, you can pick like Nautilus, but probably in this spot they thought, oh, they have Poppy, so why should we pick champions that are good against, like bad against Poppy more? Let's just pick Maokai and send Rel support, because either way, we're picking an engaged support here. So in terms of draft, I do think red side is slightly better. I like Karma more. I think Vi Denial with Zeri is perfectly fine with an Alistar against Rel. I think that's perfectly cool. I think Renekton is the better champ. Varus Rel is stronger early, but I think just the Corki is out of place. I think Karma's way too OP. Looking at this game, I need to remind myself a little bit about what happened here, guys. Sorry, so bear with me. I think... Oh yes, I remember now, I remember. We had fucking 2v2 action around mid lane. 2v2 action around mid lane, Humanoid flashes to his boy Razork, they're on the red side. Here, I think if Humanoid Mantra W's on the Maokai instead of the Corkster, I think it would have been better. Okay? Yeah, he can then kite the Maokai down and he can tether and get the full healing instead of running into the Corki to get it. He could have kite the kiting down because the enemy both don't have flash. I think it would have been better. In the end, Isma dies and then Corki goes to push the mid wave and then Vi just goes behind him and kills him too. So very good start here for Fnatic. They get 2 kills and here extra kick as well with his flash. Dies. June had definitely like a fucking MVP performance here on the Alibaba. Let's fast forward. They managed to get that dive in here. Maokai just like going on crab when he shouldn't. Vi is into bottom side. Maokai stays now for the crab, and they just, with the information they have, with the pink ward there, Razork seems to be back. Hopefully he's healthier, and they get the dive in. Game should be easy peasy from now on. They managed to secure the first Drake. Zeri is in good condition. Zeri is ahead. Everything should be easy peasy for the boys in black and orange. We fast forward a little bit. Poppy got solo killed by the Renekton. Tough matchup, you know, hard to play. After this situation here on bottom side, Wakama TP's in, they use Vi ultimate, the 3v3, just so difficult when you're playing against Vi and your 3v3 was lost before she even reaches 6. At this point, cleanse value is too high, static shiv, sundered sky, you don't win 3v3 ever. And now on top of that, there's a Kama TP coming in. Koki package was also burnt here and didn't get any value. And even here in this spot, you know, this kid tried to steal, no smite on Vi, it is what it is. I'm just going to show you guys some of the highlights now from your boy. Q flash, extra kick flashed it. Noah goes over the wall and he gets pulled in. The Maokai ult roots. I think Fnatic was a little bit sloppy in their fight selection. They should just play on the wave states, play on information. I think that Fnatic played quite sloppy today. By their standard, I think that definitely macro-wise they can do a lot better. Here as well, I think taking this fight, I remember thinking that there's no need to necessarily take this fight, but the conditions are fine, right? It's like two items on Zeri. Vi is just late here, right? That's the main thing. It's like Vi died here. Vi died, and like after this situation, Vi and Zeri died, so just late to the situation. That's why I think here against package and Vi being so late and Poppy already being on top tier 2, I think that you can give this Drake. Like, it's not like you outscale this game. The enemy use package. Like, you're happy to just give this away. So I think aesthetically this kind of looks weird. Let's see how the fight plays out. I'm trying to remind myself. Poppy ult doesn't land. They're going deeper. Look how late Vi is to the situation, and they're just forcing this fight by their own choice, by their own violation here. SK, irrelevant dodges. The electric surge that Noah pushes through the wall. Very bad fight selection here by Fnatic. Okay, let's continue. I like this type of gank here from Humanoid. You know, he TPs, looks for the irrelevant kill who has no MR. And Oscarini will have TP online so they can deny this. And SK in this situation try to find the turnaround, but June blocks the Maokai ult and Razork gets to stick on the Nash. Obviously they need to just accept that fucking Renekton died and not pressure Nash because Poppy has TP, and here SK of course lost the whole game. Alright. Let's see the Alistair combo MVP. Let's find the fucking big moment of June. June with his fucking Mata impression. We need to find it. The June combo is sick, man. Need to find the June combo. Here? No, it's not here. Where's the June combo? Sorry, guys. Might be here. Might be here. Like how Fnatic is running interference and just fighting with two. Alright, Vi ultimate. It wasn't this one too, I guess that's the Q. Not sure. I remember June doing something crazy, but I don't want to get stuck here, so we move on. Either way, I think mechanically Fnatic are good, just their fight selection, they need to, you know, get better at it, you know? Especially if the goal is to compete with G2, but G2 had a stinker today, so not quite sure what's happening with the LEC today. Vitality vs GX. GX with the upset win. Another horrific result for KC, of course. GX. Vitality ban Rumble. Zaya. Ashe. Zaya Rakam removal. Alright. You want to first pick Vi? I think that's perfectly fair and fine if your plan is to first pick Vi. Twisted Face, Senna, Orianna ban. Talia, Rel, lock in. Perfectly fine too. The enemy will want to play Ashe. I mean Ari. But they busted out the Syndra, and honestly, this is a good Syndra game. Syndra against Kalista, Rakan, Rel, Talia. I like that. Smolder Braum gets locked in. I think Smolder Braum rotation is so fucking fake. Like, I don't know where this came from. Everyone's doing Smolder Nautilus because it's just a durable lane. Braum invites a Rakan for free, and you can pick almost any AD and have a winning lane. So I really don't subscribe to this concept here. I really don't like this. Really not a big fan of the Braum lock-in. Rakan, of course, reveals Rel Flex, but the enemy showed support, so it doesn't matter. It's not like Rel Jungle is weak. Kalista gets locked in. Syndra, K'Sante, Aatrox, Renekton, and Rumble is out, so they pick K'Sante blind. And then Gnar gets picked on 5. My main issue here is, of course, it's just a question of who can race. Like, how well can Smolder, Braum, Vi survive, because they are skilling champs. My only issue is that I think with Braum you over-index on this idea, and it's not like Braum is amazing against Rel Talia showing. Like, you don't get any Braum value in this game. I think Braum is just plain and simple, very fucking weak here. Looking at the game, Vitality just were very busy in the early game. They were very busy in the early game. I mean, Giant X were very busy in the early game, but it looked really fucking iffy. They started diving bot, they started snowballing, they did a good job of sacking waves and fighting on the bot lane. Braum died. Veteo refuses to use flash, not sure why. I think he should just fucking flash. Actually, it's fucking hard. I guess Ignite is just holding W, but I think if he just flashes the W now, I think he's alive. Like, well, what can happen to him? I remember that, yeah, it's just he flashes that W, he lives. Didn't want to live, I guess. We continue. GX just did a good job of taking Drakes and, you know, making sure that they kept killing bot. Jackies and Ignar managed to do what BDS clearly couldn't do. Just connect with bot and stack waves and invite the all-ins onto enemy bot lane. They managed to do exactly that. Yeah, GX coming to life, coming to life. We continue. There were definitely moments in the game where things got a lot dirtier. I will just take us to that moment. Here. So Jackie's is positioning here for some reason. This is not the spot that you want to play in. GX wants to invite the enemy to cross into here and all is good. Not sure why Jackie's is going there. He's just getting killed by Vi. He's just ulting in front of Vi's face. Just trolling. And Jackie's doesn't use stopwatch, doesn't do nothing. He just flashes out and can TP back. So that's cool, I guess. We continue. Here, Igna does a very good job of playing into one pocket. Always when you contest blue, you need to make sure this is warded. You need someone to put a ward here. You need to know this is coming. Vitality is now kiting away and playing in this pocket, but Kazi just has a Rakan behind him. Igna plays it super good and finds the engage that is also important, of course. And they managed to get the kills on the carries, and they managed to get the soul before Kazi manages to reach 225. So GX look fucking poised to win. They get Nashor. The main thing that they just need to do now is just cross through mid. I don't know why the fuck we are out of the replay and GX are on the bot wave. They need to cross through mid and then match and just walk towards where the enemy is. Currently top lane is a dead wave. They needed to open through mid to contest mid so they can cross into this space and push the enemy out. I don't know why they are 2 on bot and I don't know why they are 3 on mid. I really don't understand this type of setup. I don't know if both TP'd on bot wave or whatever the fuck they did, but the way GX played cuts them off of a mid lane. Now, GX, all they should look to do is to make sure that they pressure this turret. Contesting over this area is not so necessary because it's very hard. If your players are on the wave, then the enemy are always first in this. When the enemy has tier 1 alive and tier 2 alive, contesting in this space is wrong. GX need to just make sure that they are, collapsing with Gnar, and if they can't break the wave 4v5 like this, breaking the turret like this, then they need to just push the top wave too, and when someone catches the top wave, undermine the enemy under the turret. The spots you want to play with against a mid turret is often this part, right here, this part, same on the other side. This is way easier to actually have influence on the people that are defending the turret, because it's like Jackie can just look, wall, easy, done and dusted. And I feel like they fucking forgot how to use Talia. Talia is refusing to wall, they're contesting the wrong space, and it took them extra long to take this mid turret. The reason I'm pointing this out is because I think in terms of their progression in the game, in terms of how they use their Nash, could have been a lot better. Now with no wave, they decide to dive. Viteo holding his flash well. Look at this juke, very nice. Viteo flashes. And now you see this aesthetically, like they are in between a hard place and a rock and a fucking smolder. That's the beginning of a terrible joke. Either way, we continue. So Smolder begins to burn them, begins to spit on them, and GX have nowhere to kite. Kazi can just rotate his spells, and somehow GX managed to throw this. No progression with the Nash. So now it gets iffy, right? It's like, we come out of the replay. I was so surprised to see that Ignar and Peach completely disconnected from their team. Like, here you go if you want to place ward something, you know, if you have tempo, but you're not ahead on tempo, and your team is fully in base, right? So you just misread tempo completely and give up 2 free kills to the team with Smolder, and the team with Syndra too, because she's a stacking champ too. Peach manages to survive, it seems like. He manages to get out somehow, so I guess he only got 1 kill, sorry. Still, enemy team has soul right. Here this sequence was disgusting for Vitality. There's no other way to put it, I'm sorry for being harsh. Just Viteo gets TP'd on, and then Jackie's ults onto him. They managed to kill him on side. And you know, shit happens. Viteo didn't need to push this neutral wave, it was very greedy of him. And now, you know, you think to yourself, okay, let's stabilize. K'Sante is pushing top for free, there's no wave on bot. This is perfectly fine, we have all the time in the world to prepare for this Elder. But instead, we have this engage here from Douglas that just loses the game. And then GX chase the rest of the homies down. Braum dies, Kazi dies, and Photon is very confused in this spot, like what happened to my team? They get Elder, they get Nash. And now, you know, the main thing once again is like GX just need to fucking wall the enemy off, dive them, use fucking Elder, use your fucking flashes of Ignar and Rel and just murder them. But things went very slow. They got the tier 2 top, based, opened, and now here as they are stacking the wave on bot, once again, I just want them to, with these 2 waves, like with these 2 waves that are coming, just dive with this wave together, you know? This wave, Talia position, wall them off, flash with fucking Rel and fucking Rakan. You have Kalista ult, just fucking murder them. You can win the whole game here, no problem. But they're not playing off the wave, they're not playing to do anything, and nothing happens. Just at least Talia walled and put some pressure down, you know? Maybe see if Braum is going to block it with his E, and then he doesn't have E for dive, and then you play it, you know, you play it. But Elder now, completely in the dumpster, and Nasho too. Here, not sure why Douglas ults the Rakan. All he needs to do is ult the Kalista. If he ults Kalista here, I think that they just win the whole game and win the fight, but too much to ask for nowadays in LEC. But it is what it is. Kalista would have died, and you know, I think that K'Sante lives then for so much longer, and they could have maybe just won the game. We continue. Peach no Damna with good position here. Jackie's juking the Braum spell. Good confidence here from Jackie's. Praise should be given where it's due. Ignar CC's the front line W, and then the CC chain here. Kazi flashes over the wall, but he doesn't have enough DPS to compete with his front line being so out of position. I think that Viteo should push her more aggressively. I think that Viteo needs to invite the enemy to use some spells on him. Like, I think he should just push her aggressively. I think that the way that K'Sante plays here is troll. I think the way that Healy plays as well is too forward. The whole front line just dies while Syndra and Smolder are rotating spells, and Vitality lose. GX get the third win of the split. Crazy. Third win. Damn. Third win. GX beat who? I need to get a refresher. GX beat Rogue And Mad, they beat Mad. I forgot that throw. I see. BDS versus MDK. So, BDS full early game composition against Smolder. Very straightforward, very straight cut. We don't like the Brom. Plain and simple. MDK sent Nico top into Renekton to pick Annie into Ahri. I think Nico is just as good against Ahri, but it's just a mid-even special against to play Nico top. This game, BDS had one of the worst early games I've ever witnessed. And we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down, ladies and gentlemen. So, clever gank here from Elioya. They don't know information, he just goes level 2 to break the wave because the enemy is stacking. Very good gank here. Shio, just fucking use your spells on Elioya. I have no fucking clue why he uses them on Brom. Maybe he just hates Christmas. That's the only logical explanation here. Maybe he just fucking hates Christmas. He needs to use all his spells on Elioya here. Instead he hates the Brom, he starts beating him to death. Look how much damage this champ does, right? Keep in mind this guy has no flash. Then he kills Supa, and then he kills this guy, but Elioya just finishes him off, and it's almost a triple. So the wave is still trying to look at the wave. What the fuck is happening with the wave? The wave is much better for blue side. So Supa and Alvaro are not happy with this wave because the fight occurring here has pulled the wave enough for it to bounce in the other direction. Even though blue side were the one stacking the wave. So now, the follow-up, right? Now they are just invading enemy bot side. Very good, right? If I'm here in this spot, I think Nuke should just fucking commit to the dive. Here, I think that you can win the whole game by just going bot. Enemy is 3 under the turret. I think that you have level 4, level 3. I think you just commit bot, sack mid completely. Fuck mid, doesn't matter. Nuke just go bot here, dive 4v3. The wave is gonna crash. Rock and roll, let's fucking murder them under the turret. Nuke should involve himself. Here, look how big the wave is. The mid situation doesn't fucking matter. You lose 6 CS, I don't care. If the enemy dies here, which they will if you just commit, the game is over. They lose a bigger wave and you get fucking triple kill, you for sure take it every time. It's the easiest dive of your life. Start with Volibear Q, while Renata just autos in the air, reset the moment you one-shot, because you will one-shot, and then you go again, and go again, and go again. The enemy is fucking paper, no fucking flash on anyone, you murder everybody. But instead they get away with it. They get away with it. And Elioya grieves so fucking hard somehow when he face checks into here. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking when he face checks into here. Even after this, I think that it's just annihilation. I think this was a crazy mistake from Elioya. After this moment, same thing. I think that they can just rotate spell and dive. Even if they trade 1-for-1 here for Supa and Brom gets a kill, I wouldn't care. Just fucking murder him, he has no flash. But they decide not to go. From this point onward, with Nuke being 6, I just want them to contest river first and pull Nuke to every bot situation, and it should be better. Here in this spot, Zinzao is in top side, and I don't understand why BDS don't cross the turret here. Just cross the turret. Fight here. The enemy should never be able to cross again. Here, you just stay here forever. All is easy. This was fine. This was fine. The enemy based, no problem. That was fine. I think there was a situation maybe later where Ice doesn't cross, and this is where it surprised me. Here as well, just make sure that Ahri is pushing, clear the pink, clear the ward, Ahri pushes, and then you cross. Let's take a look. Contesting river like this, 3v3, is kind of wild to me. Shio kept ultimate. I think it's fine. Doesn't want to trade ult for flash, I guess. Flash for flash with Lavrov. Here, this is the moment where I think they should cross. They should just cross here, and they should kill the minions here together. I don't like that ice exits because you can't cross. This was the moment I was referencing to when I was talking about the previous thing. Here you should just cross and go fight together. But instead we have this variant here, where Shea loses all of his HP, he can't queue in, can't fight, when he should be incentivized to do so. They should just cross between the turrets. And now instead of doing that, Supa reaches level 6, Elior reaches level 6, and the way Shea uses ult is very bad. It's like, the way the dive is executed, Shea is not in close contact to actually look to fight, right? Additionally, you ult the turret before it has had a chance to stack. You just ult it dry like that. And then additionally, just Shio has no aggro and he just runs out. He just fucking pieces the fuck out. He did nothing. The fuck was that? And after this, no joke, the game is over. Blue side is full early game against a Smolder that is now Giga fed. Zinzao has a Sundered Sky. Like, you compare the items and the red side being so ahead and having the concentrated gold here, which is a super big deal. You have a Renekton who's suffering against a Nico top. No joke, the game is legit fucking over. No joke. Not sure what this is. Lavrov just fucking basic attacks the guy under the turret, dies. BDS had such a fucking good game yesterday and then they fucking dropped this on us. It's absolutely crazy. I bet a lot of people saw this draft and bet under, and they never expected the game to end like this. Crazy, huh? Absolutely crazy. Alright. Speaking of goofy ass fucking drafts, look at G2. They have Karma Ivan mid jungle. Karma Ivan mid jungle with the Rek'Sai top. And then they have a Smolder. I think their plan was to bore the enemy to death. So Orianna first pick, staple, very solid. Everyone seems to enjoy it. I think Karma Rel rotation is just trash. Karma Rel rotation means that you're sending Rel super most of the time. Same thing with Nico Rel. I think Rel pairs well with mages. And I think that it's just bad to pick Karma Rel together. Senna Nautilus gets locked in and already Rogue have this fucking Exodia Cup going on, you know, Orianna, Senna Nautilus, and then they pick Smolder on 3. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, they're gonna play Rel Smolder bot and they're gonna pick an AD jungle. And somehow here, they go into 4-5 and Rogue ban Jax for them. Here they can pick Zinzao, can go Rel bot, they can pick Zinzao, they can pick Volibear themselves as well. You have a weak 2v2 bot side and you pick Zinzao, good pairing, but no, we have fucking Karma Ivan on the same team. What the hell do they want to accomplish? Shield, they just want to shield? Well, shield my eyes from the draft. This is such a game where Serpent's Fang is such a strong, powerful item. The main thing is that you need a driving force behind how Ivan shields and Karma shields are actually going to obtain value. We saw the KC game where they had like Karma Olaf. Like Olaf really benefits from the shielding because he's going to utilize it to the max and he's going to get more DPS. It's like, you know, getting more value out of your carries. That's like the name of the game. But here when you have Ivan Karma, mid 2v2, Orianna can farm for free, there's no pressure on her. Additionally, the itemization becomes pretty straightforward. A champion like Aatrox, who has very little threat on him in a game like this, is going to be able to dominate. I think that Rogue pieced together a really, really wonderful draft. Here on G2 on 5, like for the Ivan and Karma to make sense, they want something like the Olaf. They want like some kind of carry champ, but to pick that into Aatrox when Jax is out is not the easiest thing. You need to have a very unique player to do so, right? Like a Camille or something, but even then, I think just like pairing Karma with Zinzao is such a staple thing. Like, why are you picking Rel? You're picking Rel to pick it away. But at that point, why are you banning Jarvan? Maybe Jarvan is just a troll ban. Maybe you should be banning Rel on red if you expect the enemy to first pick Orianna because you want to deny Rel, right? There needs to be a deeper thought process here. I don't get why you would want to ban Javan just to make the Orianna stronger. You just made their draft stronger by banning Orianna, in my opinion. I mean Javan, sorry. The game got dirty, but Rogue got busy, dove bot, did some work, played the early game way better than BDS did, which should fucking hurt to hear if you are a BDS enjoyer. On the bounce, they got the gank in too. Markoon was here after doing golems. God bless, they get kills. Mickey died. Mickey had a stinker of a game today. Another thing I wanted to highlight, bro, like, crazy that this happens in pro play. You know, they've removed the interaction of 2 support items. You share the gold debuff, it fucking stacks up instantly. Nautilus just fucking threw 400 gold in the toilet, even more, because he's not getting any from the CS. He based, sold it, bought a Doran shield. Disastrous, of course. 1 for 1, not the worst for G2, all things considered. Rexa we talked about a lot in the previous clip of things. We continue. Rogue managed to get the first Drake, they managed to get the second Drake too. I was confused by how G2 insisted on taking every fight, as well as Mrs. Q, but this is a good execution still. Very straightforward, your champs murdered them on the turret, no problem. All is good in the hood. With Broken Blade here on the Rek'Sai, he's a licensed massage therapist, doesn't do much damage, and G2 pretty much lose the whole game here, right? Well, you think, oh, maybe Smolder can do something, maybe Smolder can cook, but with the itemization, you know, they have healing reduction, Oblivion, like Morelos probably overkill, healing reduction, as well as with the Hex Flash. He's on Vision, by the way. He's on Vision. He's on Vision. He is on Vision, ladies and gentlemen. And they kill. Hansama has managed to stack. He managed to get 225 before the Drake. And this is the moment that everyone has been waiting for. The moment of truth, guys. Smolder. So exciting. 225 stacks. Drake number 4. Serpent's Fang is popping off. This is the time for G2 to fight. G2, I believe this is the fight where they all click Ivan Q and all get Orianna ulted. So let's see it happen. It's pretty funny. I'm not laughing because I'm a bit dead inside, but it is funny. I will look at this tomorrow and I will laugh. So, Ivan Q is flying, Ivan Q, and everyone presses it. And Larson gets a 3000 Elo shockwave. I did laugh. It is funny. I just had to see it. And somehow it's not enough. Somehow it's not enough. They survive. The shields are too strong, right? The redemption is popping off, and they managed to live another day. The shields did their job this time around. The redemption did its job this time around. Incredible to me that they managed to survive somehow, truly. And G2 pick up Drake number 4, and you're thinking to yourself, I guess Rogue is just destined to not win. And we continue to fast forward. The Ivan thing, you think to yourself, maybe it's just one of those things that happens once, you know? You forget about the Ivan interaction, you click the enemy. It's a tough one. Items are looking slightly better here by Aatrox. Yes, Cyril is finished. Didn't have it with the previous fight, so maybe he can pop off more. Now we have this standoff here where G2 is pushing the enemy out and they want to look to turn into Nash. But here, Zoelis tries to Q, doesn't land. And Rogue is trying to compete for this space here. They're getting very nervous around Nashor, about Nashor. They don't know how to enter this space because the Smolder is now a demon. But we try to find a timer. And Drake is spawning in 30 seconds. And we have a repeat of the Ivan who Qs, and everyone gets sucked in once again. My region. And everyone clicks dive in Q once again. Sama stays out of the situation, and Aatrox has the shy moment, murders everybody. And Sama tries his best to make the most out of the situation, but they are 3v5, and the soul is now gone, and this soul is of course OP. You don't need to hear me say that. We continue. G2 just start. Blue Trinket reveals everybody, which makes the entry for Rogue super easy here. They have a lot of MR too. Mantra Q misses. If you miss Mantra Q at Karma, you lose a lot of DPS, because then your next Q is not Mantra'd, and then like you just lose so much damage, because it's the one that you missed and you don't get it on the next one, and then on the third one maybe you get it if you manage to W or Q someone, right? So you lose a lot of DPS when Mantra Q just whiffs like this. Broken Blade goes forward, and Sama tries to Q, but the Nash damage isn't super exciting. Like there's no Nash burn, there's no Malignance damage. A lot of the damage G2 has is on champions only. We continue. Have to pay attention to Finn here. Volibear gets information and everybody's slowed from the Senna R. Senna R? The Senna R slow? Am I being crazy? Because look, there's nothing else to slow them, right? It has to be Senna R. Oh, it's Hextech. It's Hextech. Senna R doesn't slow. Sorry, it's not in the best headspace. Let's continue. Let's continue. Senna R. And here comes Finn. Here comes Finn. Kites the W from Caps, who gets queued. Rogue recall for the next fight. Orianna now has Death Cap. Blue side is looking monster strong. They have Hextech Soul. These are all details that make them stronger, of course, than this composition that has Smolder. The value from Serpent's Fang has never been higher than in this game. The healing reduction is also very valuable in this game, of course, goes without saying. And now Finn does his best Zeus impression, goes and snaps the neck of Caps. We like it. G2 need to play in this space. Like you need to take over the dig push. I don't know why they're all funneling themselves through this little shithole here. They need to play in this space here, and it would have been a lot better. Like here, they funnel themselves through here. They should just spot here in this area. And if they're afraid, like imagine Aatrox is just here. They can also just all get murdered. They need to spot in this area. Biba needs to face shield, they need to clear the ping, and then they need to like arc themselves to the situation. But instead, they all funnel themselves through this little hole. The W lands, and then Orianna, of course, is just gonna fucking ult them together with the Nautilus ult, and Orianna's very strong, and then Caps gets one shot too, and here comes Finn from the backside, and Rogue managed to end the game. Rogue beating G2. You guys excited for MSI? Are you excited for MSI? Casey versus Team Heretics. Draven, Vi, Volibear, Smolder, Varus, Kalista. Zeri gets first picked. Casey want to have Super Kero upset. Okay, you give up Orianna. The thought process is either we get Orianna or Karma. I don't get why they don't go Karma Javan here. I mean Karma Zinzao. I understand why they picked Javan, but I just kind of hate it. I think Javan is fake. I think Zinzao is OP. I think Javan, it's like, he's okay. You know, not super exciting, not like game losing here. Yasuo gets picked on 3. I don't think Yasuo is super good here. It's more like a flaccid, flaccid interest here to pick Yasuo. Fine into Zeri, right? You can block her autos, you know, fuck with the flow, all that jazz. But it's like, I think Karma is perfectly fine against Yasuo. But this is also the Karma variant that is, as mentioned before, reliant on hitting Mantra Q. So if you can win wall a Mantra Q, you can definitely like cut her DPS down quite heavily. So it's okay, but you just don't see enemy support. Renekton, K'Sante get targeted, and then Gragas for the Yasuo setup, and of course win the classic, and then Red think these are solid bans for both sides. This invites, of course, KC Olaf blind pick. Olaf is a good replacement for Olaf players in spots where Aatrox can be blinded, right? If the enemy can't play Rumble, Renekton is out, Renekton's fine matchup, K'Sante is out. You know, if you have to blind something, Olaf is definitely like one of the better ones. Some players would pick Aatrox here, like Photon did on day 1 of this week. And then Rakan to just have more scaling and then follow up on Jarvan, then Olaf. I think this 3v3 topside KC is very strong, and they have good scaling in this composition too. And with the Olaf blind, Gnar needs to be the champion that they pick to pair together with Sejuani, which is, you know, they've accomplished, you know, decently well here with KC. I think this draft is solid. Now looking at the game, let's see if it's uploaded here. Reddit, if it's KC. This is highlights. Maybe LEC. Sorry guys. Don't mean to waste your time, I guess, here. So KC had a very good start. They managed to set up a dive on top. Super cool. Very good job. They get the dive. Wunder dies. He tries to fucking flash, tries to combo, but the damage is just too high and Nar's base HP is too low. Bot lane matchup looked rough for blue side, but they have scaling champs, no problem at all. They're taking it easy. They managed to kill. Here, Wunder, after he died, right after he get dove, needs to crash the wave, right? He needs to TP back, crash the wave. Wunder, Olaf walked back, Kawa walked back with Boots of Swiftness, didn't need to TP back. The position is really beautiful for KC. Bo EQs over the wall, and now he's waiting for combo, but he sees Wunder is so deep, so he's just walking on him. Wunder has no flash. Wunder is going. He's hitting. When I watched this the first time, I didn't realize that Bo actually EQ'd over the wall. And that's it. That's it. It's like very good gank angle. They managed to kill him, and Wunder finally gets E cooldown off, but it's way too late. Even with Senna being here first, the dive from before is just complete domination. GG. Ka was so fucking fed. The game is looking gorgeous, you know. Bo is ready to defend any bot dive shenanigans, and Team Heretics just secure a Drake. All good. Very irregular gameplay. The enemy stacked the wave on bot, and Orianna and Sejuani had prio, because Jarvan spent a lot of time, and that's all she wrote, you know. Cabo crosses into top side. Trimby is playing the libero role, he's playing Senna, of course, it's just drifting on the map. Cabo denies Wunder a little camp. I mean the little golem, not golem, cannon minion, sorry. And Cabo bases after proxying the wave, and Wunder is playing now with less items. Cabo's looking to go Stridebreaker first. Very solid buy, very strong item. And Cabo just eats a little plant, why not? Honey fruit, vitamin C. And we fast forward now to the Drake that is spawning. Drake is spawning, Malignance on the sky, very strong items here for the mid-jungle duo. Cabo's also, you know, in fine position on top side. Here the main issue is that KC have this issue on objectives. It's just they don't know how to connect, right? They don't know how to connect. If Zeri here, the next wave is so far away, so Zeri can just walk and they can just look to poke as they enter. Here, right, I think the main thing is that you just want to... I don't know what Sakan is doing. Like here, I think that they should just look to use spells on them as they walk in. But now the enemy is showing S4. I'll be worried to get Sejuani ulted here. Like, I think Team Reddit should actually look. We continue.
When it's Jarvan versus Sejuani, I mean, Sunlit Skies are a really nice item to have. So, okay, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of aligned with Casey. I think it's strong enough to fight. You bring your Olaf down. He has the TP. You can see him sitting in base right now.
Here, I don't think Jankos should be allowed to do this. I think that Orianna being mid, I think Jankos should eat fucking damage here. I think Sakan should walk here all the way into the bush. I think he's spending way too much time oinking. He should just walk into this bush. They should just fucking use the spells on Sejuani and kite back. I think he spends too much time oinking here. Like, Jankos should lose HP and they should reset it. Right now, Zeri has all the free time in the world. You're contesting S3 to check the reaction. You chin check the reaction, your Zeri is on isolation, you poke them as they enter, and you leave. And you repeat, and you repeat, and you repeat. You buy time for Zeri, pull the Drake out, and then you reset the Drake if the enemy takes the damage from your spells, right? But in this moment, KC, Saken misses Mantra Q, which is super important, we already talked about it, and they stick the landing and Zeri is very disconnected. Jankos is in this bush. What do they expect to happen if they're all three here and they don't have vision in this bush, no information in this bush, Nara's hitting top turret, just gets mega, and Team Heretics can cross like this and Orianna can walk? It's just suicide. If you don't control this push and don't punish the enemy for face shaking here, you're not gonna have a good time. Zeri has to join super late. The Q flash happens, but no Flacket ult, so the combo, they whiffed it. Targamas uses CC, Upset goes over the wall, they snap. I have no fucking clue what happened to Bo. I guess he fucking EQ'd over and then he flashed back in. I don't know what the fuck Bo did here. Like visually it looks so fucking dumb here. He EQs and then he flashes back. Like Bo is just griefing here, to be fair. I think that if Bo just EQs off a Targamas combo, I think this could be a crazy fight. It's just Bo kind of doesn't go. But I think also if Flacket ults over that Javan, like the Q here, I think that Zyro follows up with ult and root and they just murder them all. And they can just exhaust Saken for the DPS and they can have a good time. Wunder TPs. Yeah, Bo played this horribly. Flash and cleanse used by Upset. I think he just needed to cleanse, didn't need to flash. Somehow with this item advantage, this fight is remotely close, is kind of crazy. Cabo tries to save his boy and just dies for it. Oof. I think it's just the most important thing is you need to always control this bush. You want to be the one starting Drake, either hit it as 4 right earlier. If Zeri's catching the wave, be in a defensive posture, make the enemy get hit by Mantra Q and just exit. And then Zeri can come and you can be the one engaging on them while they're hitting it. Right now Orianna is in isolation, you should be able to poke them as they enter. And then you reset the Drake, let Zeri come, play time. There's no rush. And then Bo, of course, with his EQ over the wall and then flash over. It's just bad mechanical play, you know. I think that he needs to just trust the Rakan here. That he will CC and make sure that they stay alive. I think that if Yasuo ults off with that Sejuani Q, I think they lose, so I think it's good. Blackett played it good. We continue. So here at this moment, Targamas and Bo are taking vision in the jungle, which is cool, very nice. They find Zyro. But the thing is, they don't find themselves. Blackett and Chimbi are showing on the mid wave, they don't know Sejuani position, and currently they don't have enough damage on Javan and Rakan to kill someone like Zyro, right? Karma is now on bot wave, and they choose to extend this for so long. Especially EQ doesn't do damage. Like you missed all your damage here. And Zyro is just ulting them both, kiting, and KC are just extending. This is of course very troll. They can't do this. And they kill Bo. Putting vision is very good, but Kama pushes them for free, and then you can look to invade together and play together, connect and river, take control of it, make sure the enemy can't play the game. But here, KC wanted to punish Zyro, had no flash, but they just don't have damage on Rakan and Javan to do it in time before the enemy collapses. You use a tempo swing there to take vision advantage, and that's so. I think even if Javan hits EQ damage, that nothing happens. Here as well, KC make a mistake. I think KC, after not being able to dive here and putting down wards, they should just base. Just base. Base or Javan takes topside camps and crosses into bot while Targamas bases. I think Targamas now plays wards, and the moment he spots Senna, they know that the enemy is defending. They should have priority in entering into bottom side, so you can just base and refresh your wards. But Team Heretics here make defensive maneuver because they spot the ward and they think that Wunder is under threat. And after making the defensive maneuver securing Wunder push, they cross into bottom side and Targamas still didn't base. Here Targamas didn't base. Cabo didn't base. No one base off of their offensive play into top side. And
KC, but also
Saking gets to push bot for free, of course, because they spotted everybody, which is fine, which is cool. Zvyro gets to catch his wave, but no reaction. Senna's fresh out the base, has wards. Blackhead fresh out the base. Everyone fresh out the base, and now Rakan is basing so late, but Drake is spawning in 1 minute already. So, red side team now has priority into bot side, and they're playing off of the vision that they played before. But imagine, Targamas could be here first, Javan could be here first, everyone could be JH here first. But they just wasted so much time masturbating. And masturbating belongs in privacy. Not in the Summoner's Rift. But now they're here, standing on the ward, don't have sweep, they have Rift Herald, don't use sweep, they use one, and Team Heretics have full control over the river, and this looks very awkward for a blue side to fight, because of course the lack of vision. So KC do this thing where they're just pulling the Drake, and they're not playing position at all. If you are playing for this position, right? The mid wave is far away, so maybe they can get away with this, but usually here Team Heretics should be able to contest this, and worst case they should also be able to take mid tower if they don't want to fight. But KC should make sure that this spot is secure, and if this spot is secure, they clear that ping, they should always kite it downwards. And then if the enemy crosses the do not cross line here, you have vision over here, the enemy can't flank you, this is a good fortress you can build. But KC fucking take the fight inward. You just have to keep the position here of the dragon. Keep the position of the dragon. Upset, I don't know why he's flanking. I guess the idea here, why he's flanking, which kind of makes sense, is that he wants his team to engage on these two. Because Orianna is on isolation. I think that's a fair assessment, you know? I don't think that's too crazy to think about. Well, it seems like they are not on the same page about this, right? Ups is moving like this because he thinks that his team is going to engage on this, right? But I think the safe play that doesn't rely on the enemy running it down is to play in this area, right? Because that's what you push it for. But just because they are looking for this engage on these two, they are now throwing away their whole position by putting themselves in the pit. You never want to be in this spot. Because Upset is here and Casey is here. This is just terrible. They're looking to engage on two, but they don't fucking pull the trigger. And if they don't pull the trigger, like their position is just fucking trash. You know, looking for that engage is fine, but then fucking go for it. But it looks like it's something that the AD is calling for and not fucking the jungle and support and seeing, right? Orianna is showing on the bottom, so I understand why you want to go, but you don't have fucking any vision. Look how well Team Heretics have prepared for this with the pink wards, right? Pink, pink, pink. They have pink wards. They are ready to go. They are ready to go. But there, KC are all in the pit. Upset needs to E over the wall to fucking get into the pit and to fight with his team. And now he E's over the wall and Targamas snaps when it's not time to snap. This is a very, very poor timing here from Targamas. There's nothing to play for here in this spot here from Targamas. He goes when it's not necessary. The enemy team didn't really enter. And it seems like his team doesn't want to really go. Because here you use Rakan spells for nothing, right? This Casey, I believe they finished the Drake and then the EQ. Imagine if you just turn together one time. Bad play from the engagers, and additionally, it's like the position is just so shit. How can Karma and Zeri play while they're forced to be in the pit on Mountain Soul map against the fucking Nar? It's just the position is shit, there's no space to kite. They're getting collapsed on from every angle. It's just a very shit position. Either you snap engage in that moment on the 2 because Orianna is miss, or you pull the Drake out bottom side as you initially planned, or even better is you don't fucking play 4-man bot side. You just cross through mid, you know? Cross through mid and contest it there, you know? But they're so worried to retake that space around mid that, you know, they want to go through bottom side because they think that they won't face check people, but eventually you'll face the same truths of the compositions, right? We continue. Wish you had Rakan spell. Wow. Rough. Very, very rough. We continue. Still, red side composition isn't the greatest, right? It's like Yasuo's a floppy champ. Senna is fasting. There's things to do. This was a good play. Team Heretics here, I think that, you know, they're afraid that Oriana's gonna get dove, which is fair. I think that Oriana should be able to secure herself with a blue trinket, and I think that, you know, hovering in this area is perfectly fine. Crossing all the way is too much, and they get fucked here, and they get surprised. This is a good play, right? Because this is from Casey's side. They are winning 3v4 practically. Oriana's on this side of the map, and they managed to find a really good engage. You know, this is a very good play. It's like, it's a very good play because red side isn't doing necessarily anything really wrong. This is just like a wrong assessment of the power of champions because they are practically 4v3 in this space and they're securing Zvyro to make sure he doesn't get dove. This is just a classy play. Sakan is bot with TP. This is high level from Casey. Here I think the main mistake is that Cabo just needs to switch target to Yasuo a lot earlier. I think if they switch the target to Yasuo here, I think that like he should just be hitting the Yasuo instead of Trimby. He should make sure that he sticks to him, keeps his ult on, the enemy guy has no flash. Flacket gets away here, and Cabo tries to connect, but it's too late. You can CC'd. The main thing, the reason I say this is because Flacket gets so much damage off, and it's like he kills them, you know? This could have been a kill into free Nash, right? If Cabo plays this correctly and chases Flacket instead. Yeah, Flacket plays it pretty well there with E. Flacket is good Yasuo, fair play, good Yasuo. Now secures the Nash. And Zeri is about to reach Infinity Edge, which is a very big deal. Upset also will have flash up. And for this objective, they are ready to go. Same thing for red side, they have the flashes up against the Javan. Yeah, Targamos was over-optimistic. He put 3 wards, and I think they, at some point it looks like they spotted him. I don't know when they did. Not sure when they spot him. Trying to look if Rakan gets spotted. They don't have vision bottom side. I'm not sure what made them know, or maybe it's just that they didn't spot Rakan, so they're looking for him. Maybe it's just like prep work against Targamas. Like Targamas has done this a lot of games, right? He always does this shit, like playing Rakan. He doesn't know how to take vision with his team, so he does it on his own because he's mobile with Rakan. It's like classic Targamas at this point. And they force the Rakan ult, and after that, Casey don't feel comfortable to fight anymore. Makes sense, you know, they have IE almost on Zeri, so their chances might just be better for the next one, because IE is such a big deal on Zeri, of course, in such a game. This, I need to rewatch this because Bo just dies so dry here. Like, he's rooted, and then does he just get cancelled by the Sejuani timing here? Is that just what happens? It looks like his dash just gets cancelled exactly the moment it starts. Because that's insanely unlucky, but such a shit way to lose the game, because obviously they lose Nash off with this. I think that the homies could play the situation a lot better. I think that Targamas finds a very nice engage, you know, sweeps the ward and takes the plant and like ults and goes and finds CC on a lot of people. I think here just Upset kind of grieves the fight pretty fucking hard. Obviously it's hard in the first place because they're 4v5 and the enemy team only used Oriana ult to kill, but I think here just Upset trying to isolate Trimby is a mistake and he needs to fight with his homies, you know? Like Upset just needs to be where Saken is and needs to fight with his brothers to put down the AoE damage and play with Kama E, you know? But instead he wastes a lot of time going on Tromboner. Tromboner's flash and heal, and off of the CC they don't get anything. And then Wunder just eases towards him, flashes towards him, knocks him, doesn't get him into the wall. I think Upset doesn't need to flash, he should just like still play. But it's a hard situation in the first place. I don't know how much it would change if he plays it much better. He just Bo dies and the enemy is now 4v5 with all tools still. The Javan died so for free. We continue. Slacker just straight up dies. Didn't look too bad, but the fucking cannon minion saves Flacket and he lifesteals so much with shield bow. There isn't
There's definitely a degree of trust. I don't think they needed to be that greedy. In any case, now soul points.
It's a no contest. Bo tries to steal. It's a good attempt because 5v5 they won't win, right? And Team Heretics just go all the way. I don't know what to say. I guess the main conversation that you're here for is my predictions for tomorrow, but I think Team Heretics will beat GX. I think SK should beat Rogue. Fnatic should beat Mad. I think G2 should beat Vitality. And I think that KC should lose against BDS. But if anything was shown today, right, is that upsets can happen. It's a fucking messy fucking league. The upsets that happened today was MDK beat BDS, GX beat Vitality, Rogue beat G2. Need to have good draft preparation, good simple setups, clear-cut plans, and you can win against anyone in this fucking league. So I hope the fucking KC boys just fucking realize that this is completely in their own fucking hands. Because if they don't fucking win this one, you know, odds are like this fucking roster won't stay together, you know, and everyone will bear the scar of the last two splits. And to know that I fucking died for this shit stings, you know? Like I just wanted to be in the trenches with them and I wanted to enact my vision with them, and it feels fucking shit that they're going through that on their own, because in the end, you know, KC benched me, right? But the players didn't, the rest of the coaches didn't, you know, and my loyalty to them is still true, you know? It's still true. And to, of course, all of the fucking guys that supported us and supported me in the winter split. And even now, I just wanted to repay that. And I'm very sad that I didn't get the chance. Didn't get the chance to be in the trenches with the boys, you know? I hope they just fucking get their head out of their fucking ass, you know? Realize that everything's on the line here and grab their fucking destiny and fate by the balls. Because currently with how things are looking, for those who are curious, right now, they need a win. They don't fucking make it through. And if they get a win, they have a tiebreaker. And then they need to win that tiebreaker. Because right now, with the wins of fucking Mad Lions Koi, Giant X, and also Rogue, shit has gotten weird. They can no longer get away with having only 2 wins. They need a miracle. They need a fucking miracle. Alright? That's it, boys. Happy Easter. At least, you know, everyone gets one day to regroup, right? Because there's no LEC tomorrow, which is today if you're watching this. If you watch this till the end, bless you and bless your face. I'll catch you on the next one.